Hello, my name is Miss Gelder. I've been working with a group of Year 9 and 10 students from Wales High School on the Go4Set project since March 2020 when lockdown hit. These students have been working on this for over a year now, and I'm really impressed with how they have worked throughout these challenging circumstances, with most of it being done remotely. So they're going to speak to you now about all of the different things that they have done throughout this year, and hopefully you will enjoy it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kyron. I'm a Year 10 student at Wales High School. We chose this project as we are passionate and want to improve the school. We aim to achieve a healthy school and a bronze engineering award. We work with Andrea, Mrs. Smith, Ewan, Joe, Mimi, of course, Miss Gelder, our teacher, and Alice Clark, our head boy, Miss Bircher, teacher helper. They all help us along the way. I designed a garden and made a model. Amy looked into the composting and looked into the recycling in the local area. Ewan looked into the psychology of working outside and the stress level working indoors and outdoors. He also created a questionnaire to gather some results. Joe looked into alternate recycled materials and created a prototype eco-brick, and Miss Gelder helped us keep on track.
Hi, my name is Joseph. I'm a Year 10 student at Wales High School. I'm going to be talking about the research that we did during our project. During our project, we each chose a different role that we were interested in. Because we worked from home for the majority of the project, this meant that we couldn't work together in person. To start with, I was interested in eco-bricks and building them to use in our garden. I researched how to make them and wrote a simplified method for it. I also helped Karen come up with a basic design for the garden, which he later updated. After speaking to a STEM ambassador, I looked at different techniques for recycling, such as reusable fruit and vegetable bags for shopping. We were planning to share these ideas with the school. Karen created a model of the garden with which he looked at what we could put in the garden and where. He also took the premises manager to find out where the garden could be built. He also worked with me to find the materials to make structures out of in the garden. Ewan did a survey about mental health whilst outside and the positive impact of it. He used the survey to gather opinions of students at our school. He also researched the recent legislation about recycling and shared it with the school through the bulletin. This helps us to provide evidence for why to build the garden and why we should recycle with them. Amy researched composting and how it works. She also researched how to implement it in the garden using waste from the kitchen and dining rooms. She also visited a shop on High Hill to encourage reusing bottles and jars by refilling them. This made her think about materials that could be used within school.
Hi, I'm Ewan. I'm a Year 10 student at Wales High School. I'm going to talk about what we found out during our project. I found that spending time in green spaces vastly improves students' mental health and behaviour. This confirmed our hypothesis that the construction of the garden would help our fellow students' mental health. Amy Beckett researched the advantage of recycling kitchen waste into compost for our garden. She found a way to effectively compost using her own compost bins. In Kyron's research, he looked for the ideal location of the garden in the school. He did this with the help of the grounds manager and found an ideal location. Joseph researched the ideal material for the construction of the frame of the garden and furnishings. He came to the conclusion that eco bricks would work great. He then found an easy way to make them. Overall, we found out a lot about how to construct our garden and its effect on our fellow students.
Hi, my name is Amy. I'm a Year 9 student at Wales High School, and I've been taking part in the Go4Set project. I'm going to talk today about what we plan to do after our project. We would like to use our research to make changes to recycling that happens in our school. Through lockdown, we have not been able to build our garden in school, so we plan to do this next year. The ideas we would like to try are: we want to put more recycling bins around the school. We want to try to reduce student stress by introducing outdoor areas. We can build separate areas for older and younger students. We could use allocated time slots for certain year groups to use the garden of design. We would like to meet with the kitchen staff to talk about how we could compost the food waste from the kitchen. This would be used in our gardens as fertilizer for plants. We could use reusable containers in school. For example, we could cut milk bottles to use as scoops to transfer compost in the garden of design. The outdoor garden could also be used as a learning environment for classes. For example, when studying ecology and biology, we could also put information signs up for students to read during break and lunchtime. We could encourage students to build eco bricks during STEM club to build more structures within our garden. For example, living seating. This would encourage recycling and also make our garden develop over time.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to the students of Wales High School talking about all of their hard work that they've done this year. The students will be happy to answer any questions that you have around this project. Thank you.